Hello everyone, hello, I'm your host Matrix Inc. Today we're talking about the ship that was born of Olympus. That's right, the RSI Perseus. And at the very end of this video, I'm going to tell you how you can possibly win this very RSI Perseus as well, alright? So stick with me. That is all part of the grand finale of the Drake DefenseCon. And we're also giving away a Drake Ironclad the day before. Plus, I'm going to show you guys all the different ships that you can possibly win during the entire Drake DefenseCon. That's right, we're giving away a ship or ground vehicle every single day of the event. We're going to make it as fun as possible. Lots of random giveaways as well. It's going to be a great time. So before we get too crazy, I'm going to show you guys that all these other different giveaways, and then we're going to actually go check it out on the website, the Perseus, and I'll give you guys a full walkthrough of the Perseus itself. All right, so let's have fun. All right, guys, before we get into the hangar and checking out the Perseus and up close, we want to show you all these different ships we're going to be giving away. We have a Pisces, an Asgard, a Cutlass Black. Somewhere over here, we're going to try to edit it in, but we got a Drake Clipper. Show the screenshot. That's what we're going to be giving away. A Salvation Starter Pack, a Citizen Starter Pack, and an Aegis Eclipse, Crusader Intrepid, part of this Holler Starter Pack. Gray Cat, UTV, Tumbrel Cyclone, a Duelist Lucky Starter Pack, a Miss Colby, and back here you've got the RSI Perseus. All these different ships we're giving away, every single one of them, all throughout the event, every single day. Make sure you either ask me on my Twitch channel or ask me in the comments here on YouTube, how do you get signed up for all of these different giveaways? So one thing I like to do before we actually go check it out in the hangar, I like to go check it out on the website. It says here, when RSI set out to make the definitive modern solution for civilian and paramilitary operations, it looked to its historic Perseus gunship, capable of destroying sub-capital Goliaths and simultaneously engaging multiple threats. Its presence in any blockade or patrol squad is enough to make aggressors think twice before engaging, just like its legendary predecessors. So it's got 4 massive cannons, 2 remote turrets, and a bevy of torpedoes, mean any threat can be engaged with confidence. 6 PDTs deliver ultimate defense against small, nimble fighters and incoming ordnance. Heavy gunships bring powerful turrets and supporting ordnance designed to engage and devastate multiple targets simultaneously. So looking over here at the technical specs, you'll see here where it says the length is about 125 meters. That actually puts it like right there in the range of like a Starfare. So slightly smaller than something like what the Galaxy will be, or even smaller than what the Hammerhead is in length. So a height of 22.3 meters, so definitely taller than the Hammerhead. But on the missiles, you get 2x10 size 5 missiles, width of 42.2 meters. Now turrets has got the 2x2 size 8 Medusa cannons. You got the 4x2 size 3s, and you got 6x2 size turrets. 150 meters per second speed, which is actually pretty quick for these capital ships. Now cargo is a 96 SCU cargo. It did get a little bit of a bump from the original 40. Now going down to here, I like to look at the systems: 2x power plant, 2x cooler, and 2x shield generator. So honestly, it's a pretty awesome ship. So while we're at it, let's go check it out in the hangar. All right, so I'm here in my hangar. We have the RSI Perseus in all its glory. It's rocking the base paint. I didn't want to show you guys a different paint on it, but figured if you're trying to think about buying this one during this event coming up, you're probably going to want to see it in its stock version. As you can see, that size 8 cannon on the front is so freaking menacing. It looks awesome. Very, very fun turret, I'll say that. Very hard to take out with like light fighters and things like that, of course, but you're taking on something like a Hammerhead or, you know, of that nature. A lot of fun. I love these ships when it comes to, like, you know, you got that pointiness about it. It's got this almost, I don't want to say Dorito, but it's kind of like a Dorito. But you have the bridge in the back, and the being able to, like, if you're the piloting this thing, like, you actually see a lot of your ship. I think something like versus something like the Polaris, where the bridge is all in the front, you don't get to really like see a lot of your spaceship if you're sitting in the bridge. I like the nature of being able to see a lot of your spaceship. Looks really awesome. We are going to be going up the cargo bay to check out some things, but want to kind of give you guys a little bit of a tour on the outside. One thing I do like about it is, we'll see this once we get it flying, is how when the landing gear goes up, you got the rear that kind of like everything kind of comes out and looks very, very Corvette like. Very, very cool. So Some really awesome thrusters on it. It looks really cool. I love it for what it is. You got that PDC up top. We do have that other size 8 turret down here. We'll get a much more closer look at it from the bottom. Just freaking menacing, guys. Look how big these guns are. Just insane. Love it though. Now I will tell you, if you're the one running the turret down here, it can be kind of weird, and sometimes it's not nearly as good as the one at the top. Still can be very very effective, but if they were to shoot this elevator, this cargo bay elevator open, things get really awkward. It's hard for the pilot to manage like a shot on both, or like on the same target from both the top and the bottom. So that's like one kind of con about the ship if you had to be one, but you know, both turrets taking on the same target can be kind of difficult. So kind of keep that in mind. It definitely becomes a very big problem if you have the landing gear out, but you shouldn't be flying around with your landing gear out anyways. So all looks really cool down here. Definitely got that, you know, it's very, very Polaris like, so very RSI. Now if you want to go up the elevator for this one here, you just call it down. I want to take you guys through the cargo bay. Now I know we talked about this some, but remember this is a 96 SCU cargo bay. Oh, that elevator never went down. Let's try that again. Open up. There it goes. But 96 SCU cargo, you got plenty of room for activities. I think it was originally slated for like 40 SCU cargo, I think it was. So they actually gave us a big increase on the cargo size. Plenty of room for boxes. You can get a ground vehicle in here, no problem. Something like a Ursa medevac. If you're trying to get like a med bay with you or something, you can definitely fit it in here. Makes it nice for sure. So plus, you know, if you always having that second option to try to get in your spaceship too can be really, really nice. So having that other elevator is really cool. Even though they're really close to each other, it still has, like, if for some reason, let's face it, Star Citizen can be kind of tricky sometimes, if to say it lightly. So sometimes certain doors don't want to open, so having that second option can be really nice. So we're gonna go ahead and go up. I haven't really toured this thing in a while, so I'm going to be learning just as much as you guys are. It's been not really since IE since I've actually walked through this thing, at least a full detour of it. What's nice though is I do love these like torpedo bays that they have. You can actually like walk up in here. You see your size 5 torpedoes. Up there is going to be your like your terminal, and you can actually add more torpedoes too that you'll have to like. This is more for storage. So if you, let's say you run out of all of these torpedoes, you can hand change it where you actually like stock them up if you have extras. So, or if you come across another RSI Perseus that's been abandoned in the wild, then you can go robbing some torpedoes and have some extra. So like that on both sides. So I do like that a lot. So that's your elevator that comes up there. Now actually let's stay on the bottom here for a second. You have your ladder access if you need to. Right there, you can go right on up. Lots of components. We'll show off all the components here. All these component systems, all these doors leading up to the terminal, or no, that's actually the turret there. So the terminal is up one more. So if you want to be in that size 8 for the bottom, that's your turret. We actually need to go to the main deck. All right, so let's go main deck real quick. I'm not a big ladder guy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When it comes to using the ladder in any video game, not just Star Citizen, it just doesn't work for me. It can be kind of tricky, so I try to avoid ladders, but it is nice to have the other option just in case your elevator's not working. But go and keep our light on. Now this is where the engineering bay is going to be, plus you got your mess hall, and we have a crew quarters. So engineering terminal, I love everything engineering in the game. I think it's cool that we can access our components. Makes it really nice for sure. So it's been fun seeing all these new ships and things getting these terminals and being able to access the components and things too. So let's go ahead and go through and check out the mess hall while we're here, which, I mean, You also get the pool table, which is really cool. Got your sticks on the wall. Got a bench for people to watch. You got your dining table, some more chairs, or more of a bench. Your mess hall, your kitchen, plus storage if you get to where we can actually like have a reason to want to stock up our kitchen. You have all the shelving in the world for all things food. So a really cool area though, really. So go ahead and let's check out the quarters back here. Plenty of bunks. You got your bathroom in there, which actually, let's check it out for the heck of it. We want to see it. You can actually see the mirror works. I do like that about that. That's been a kind of a cool thing. I think they started introducing that with the Polaris, I think it was, and very, very cool. You actually have your weapon racks. You have your suit lockers. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3 on that side and another 3 on the other side. All looks really cool. They're kind of hinting that maybe suit locker is going to be in the game soon. So with flight suits being a big thing, we might start seeing some work on the suit locker soon. That would excite me, not gonna lie. Got my hopes up for that one at least. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bunks. Now come back out here. We haven't finished checking out the main deck here. Looks like we have escape pods. Now we are getting our first iteration of an escape pod with the command module here soon. So very exciting. Maybe we'll see some work on escape pods in the future. But now if you want to access the one thing we all really like about this ship and made every single Polaris owner jealous, which they had to come out and fix, but there is a basketball hoop, guys. How awesome is that? I didn't show you the basketball rack for a reason. Over there in that corner. Very cool. Kind of blew my mind that they added that in the ship. So it wasn't so much the pool table I was jealous about. It was definitely the basketball court. I think that is awesome. So now coming back over this way, we have more escape pods. You have your torpedo console here. You can access. We'll go and see if we can power it on. See what show you what it looks like. All things, use inner remote turret. Very cool. Very cool, guys. All right, go ahead and exit. Kind of look over, you can see your torpedoes. If you're the engineer running also torpedoes, you can look over and see where you're at sitting on like your torpedoes and stuff. So you do see that animation when you're going to like reload and everything. It actually does happen. So looks pretty awesome. You have, looks to be more component access there. All things. Then if you want to be in that top turret, you definitely can. Let's go ahead and do it real quick. Show off that turret if we can. A very cool animation too. I like that, like how they made that happen. So you can see freaking size 8s. You also get some what size 3s I think it is on the other 2 turrets if you want to switch over. All looks really, really cool. It sounds really awesome. Let's bring my volume up just a little bit more. The sound is wickedly cool. You kind of hear that clicking as you're moving. Very, very cool, guys. Awesome stuff. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the ship. Very, very cool animation. I like how they did that. It kind of actually like slides forward if you don't really recognize it. So if you don't notice, we'll come back this way now. I think we've checked everything out. Main deck now. Let's go ahead and go up to the upper deck real quick. Almost passed it. All right, we got even more escape pods. Looks like we got 2 on each side, so we got another 4. Now this is your captain's quarters. You got your bench and everything. You got shelving. You've got the desk, which actually has like cameras around the ship and everything. It looks pretty cool. So if we want to access and go through and like stalk your crew members and see what they're up to, you definitely could. But you have a weapon rack here. You got your bunk, and then you have your own little bathroom. Plus you have a suit locker. So the captain definitely gets his special treatment. The mirror works even. Heck yeah. Kind of a smaller captain's quarters, but let's face it, the Perseus is only like 100 meters in length anyways, so there's only so much you can get with the Perseus. Definitely looks awesome. One thing about it, you have another way to leave the bridge if you need to. You have this area that takes you to this deck that's outside. Very cool little part that they added. I don't think we were ever expecting, so definitely awesome that they got that in there. If you're one of those people that needs to quickly, you know, jump off your ship and go do something, you definitely could. So, oh, and we're dead. All right, guys, so take 2, just behind the bridge. We're gonna open up the doors. They've kind of had this like, want to make sure you can have to like try to break into the Perseus if you try to actually access it. So there's multiple doors. You can see how the second door opens up and you have the bars and everything. Kind of has that like trying to break into a prison or something kind of feel to it. We kind of step out here. There's kind of a bug in the game where it pops us right up, but I think that's explains what happened the first time. So we're gonna blame it on that. We actually see that we're kind of hovering above a New Babbage. Got this nice beautiful view, very daylight now, so we can see a lot better. Looks really cool. I think it's really cool that they actually added this little deck that the captain come and stand out on. So I like the fact that they added that. Looks really cool. So let's go ahead and sit in the seat real quick. We'll go check out the pilot seat. I did say, guys, we're gonna check out the rear thrusters with the landing gear up. Go ahead and sit in the pilot seat. All right. You see the rear thrusters, all of them almost like fins come out as you bring the landing gear up. It looks really cool. I love the thrusters on this thing. It looks awesome. Seriously, guys, one of the best looking ships in the game. We always talk about which one's the best looking. The Perseus is definitely up there in terms of one of the best looking ships. CIG really nailed it out of the park. Hit a home run. Grand slam, whatever term you're going to use. It looks freaking awesome. I love it. You have those docking ports on each side, and you'll find out if you actually add a different paint to this, you'll see a lot of like interior paints get added too, so that kind of intertwines with the exterior paint. Looks really cool, guys. So I bet you guys are all wondering how you can try to win this RSI Perseus. Let's go talk about that right now. So there we have it, everything RSI Perseus. A really cool ship. I think once you get at least, you know, 2 other people with you, maybe a third, having a group of like 3 or 4 or something, the RSI Perseus becomes a lot of fun. You definitely want to have both cannons running. Really enjoy it. You're starting to take on things like the Hammerhead or something like a Starfare or something you have to take out. It becomes a lot of fun. I really do enjoy the Perseus. I know we are giving away this one, so if you're looking about how to get signed up, go find that link down below. You're going to see a Gleam link. Get signed up. Now, if you want to increase your odds of winning, you do have to like build up channel points on my Twitch channels. I have a Twitch live channel. I have a Twitch 24/7 channel. Really, what the 24/7 is there for is to help the ones that are actually watching the channels to actually have a really good chance of winning these giveaways. Doesn't always work out that way. It definitely helps their chances though, right? So we have the RSI Perseus, we have the Drake Ironclad also the day before, plus all the other giveaways. So I hope you're intrigued by this entire lineup. It's been a lot of fun. The ones that have been watching the channels and everything, it's really helped support the channels. It's been a really fun journey. So happy to do it. I hope that maybe we can do the same during IAE. So fingers crossed. Keep that 24/7 channel tabbed up and use this secret code right up there. Son of Zeus, born of Olympus. Son of Zeus code is going to be getting you more entries for this very giveaway. And best luck, everyone. Till next time. See ya.